I got it wrong.
Our yummy.
No, I was going to say something else. I was meant to say our amazing. I wanted us to do like Beyonce has a beehive.
Anyways, guys, I want to say thank you for watching our last vid. Myself and my wife really appreciate your comments and your messages.
They're really touching.
Yeah, definitely, man.
I didn't realise how much people related to that topic.
Definitely.
Like we had females, males telling us that, you know what, they suffered with anxiety and levels of depression, that their spouses dealt with it, and how they felt as being the outsider or the onlooker, and all those different things. So thank you guys, and I really hope that you guys who watched it to the end,
definitely
liked it, subscribed, commented. So let's start the video.
So today we're talking about our age gap.
Yes. Yeah. I am 10 years older than my husband. See, I like the younger guy.
I like the older woman.
Yes.
Jokes.
Joking. I am actually 10 years younger than my husband. He swooped me off my feet one day in the T-Mobile shop in Kilburn.
Oh, what can I say?
When he was supposed to be working, he was chirps and girls. He actually gave me my first BB phone.
That's how you know it's a long time ago. I think I think it was like the BB 8250 or something like that.
You remember the name?
Yeah, I think so. It was the ones with the. Nah,
I don't remember. But he gave me my phone, and when he was giving me my contract, he was asking me all these irrelevant questions, and because I was rushing to go to work, I wasn't really interested. Anyway, so I went about my business, came back about a month later.
A month later.
And I was actually waiting for the bus. Let me tell you the truth. Yeah. I was waiting for the 206 bus in Kilburn, and it was raining, and I needed shelter.
And what most people do is they come into the store
to get shelter.
And seek shelter. And I think, I think one of my staff remember called me. They were like, yeah, it's that tin from like that time. I'm like, quickly came out. I don't know what tin, because there was a lot of tins. But yeah, then it was you.
Things.
My friend, don't correct my English, please. I've been in this country long enough to speak clear Queen's English.
Anyway, so I went in there and he came over. I had to pretend that I was looking for a dongle. Do you remember when they were giving the laptop and the dongles?
That was a long time ago. Dongle.
And then he asked me for my number, and I was not giving anyone my number. So I gave him my BB pin.
Yeah, I remember.
Left the shop, and then we continued speaking. And then
I think we spoke. Yeah, I think we spoke for a while.
Yeah.
But then I found out your age.
Yeah.
Obviously, prior to that, you and I, we just
clicked.
We just clicked. I loved your aura.
Yeah, thanks.
You had a good sense of humor, because I got a quirky sense of humor, and you were just, I don't know, I just like so bounced off you completely, like no other person that I've met. So yeah.
Thank you, babes.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I do say nice things about you.
You do sometimes.
Thank you.
So I remember when I told you my age. Remember?
No, I can't remember.
But anyway, I remember we had a conversation about my age, and he was like kind of battling with the fact that I was like much younger than him, but my maturity levels and my age didn't match up. I am much, what's the word? I am a bit more mature than my age, basically. That's what I was trying to say. But and I think he told like some of his friends and stuff how old I was, and a lot of them were like, she's too young, what are you doing with a girl that young, and all that extra stuff. But yeah, how did you feel when you found out my age?
No, when I found out your age, obviously, like I said, it was like a couple of months in, then I found out about your age, and I was just like, whoa. Straight away, I can't remember whether it was that night, whether it was during the week later, I was just battling, like, nah. Like, I've just got to lock you off, like, do you know what I mean? Because we were having such a good time. I was so into you because of your rapport, the energy you brought. I just had sleepless night about, like, cutting you off. And I think that was one of my biggest challenges during during the beginning of our relationship. Like when I found out your age, I don't know how. I didn't question your age or ask your age before that, but it was just a battle. It was just a battle. Like, no, I need to lock you off. And in one case, I didn't have other females around my age or slightly younger around that time. No disrespect, babes, but there was just something that you just brought to the table, and I struggled with that. I struggled with your age so much that it was just overbearing. Yeah. It was just
and I think for me, when he was going through the transition, it didn't really bother me, to be honest. Sorry. I think because I've never really been interested in people my age, to be honest. A lot of my friends are older than me. Like, I'm the youngest of four of us, 4 siblings. The age gap is really big. My eldest sister's 13 years, the other one's 12 years, my brother's 7 years older than me. So I've always kind of been around people older than me. So I've kind of looked up to them. I remember when my sisters and that were going raving. They used to go to this club called Plan B in Brixton. And
shout out to Plan B. I don't think they're open anymore.
And my sister used to go to like Subterranean and all those clubs, and I really want to go. I remember I would get dressed up and they'd be like, "Where are you going?" "I'm coming with you." Like, I really wanted it to be older, so I wanted to be around older people. So I probably have like 3 friends my age, to be honest. So yeah. But
you know what it was, and I didn't actually say to my friends your age, even though
you did. So
did I? Maybe 1 or 2 I told.
But they were saying, I saw the messages.
But when I brought you round my circle of friends, people would sort of question how old is she or whatnot. But I sort of evaded that question about your age or whatnot. Sometimes I wouldn't say your real age, or sometimes I just put an extra 5 years in your age. It was just, I just felt, no, I wasn't ashamed of you, but it was just like, society just makes you feel away, like, she's older, she's too young, she is immature, what are they bringing to the table? And that's the reason
why, with a lot of like your friends and their like partners and stuff, when I first met them, I wouldn't say my age either. Like, I really just had this notion that I would rather people get to know me and then find out my age, because once you get to know me as an individual, you'll find out that, I might be younger, but I've got a mind of someone, of that age group. And not only that, I feel like I've lived life a bit more than even people that's in their late 30s. I was a bit fast for my age.
Yeah, I didn't want you going.
Yeah, so I just didn't tell people my age. And if you knew, you knew. If you didn't know, you didn't know. It was kind of like that. I really didn't care.
It was like that.
And I used to hate, like, I remember the time when we went, I think we went Malta. And I can't remember what birthday that was. And this one came with a big candle of my age. The cake,
did I beat you up in Malta?
In Malta, and I was sitting there so uncomfortable. I think one of your friends, I'm not going to say his name, he looked at me. He knew my age at the time.
Okay.
But he looked at me like, oh my God. Like, he could see I was uncomfortable. Because people started saying, oh my God, I didn't know he was that age. And I was like, oh. Like,
and do you know what made me feel comfortable? Was a case where, even though people didn't know your age, it was the way you carried yourself. It was your maturity. Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you.
So you weren't just like any other 18-year-old or...
I'm not the average Joe.
Yeah,
average Joe. Did you hear that? Average Joe.
That must be a joke.
Joe, average Joe. Anyway, a lot of people did have a lot of rubbish to say. Some good people had good things to say, some people didn't. But you know what? You can't live this life for people. I'll give you a joke. My mum was... she was like, what? But bearing in mind, my parents have a big age gap as well, but I think... probably she forgot. But anyway.
But most parents, do you know, sorry to cut you off, but most parents, when you ask a lot of people, how old are your parents, you find that most parents
have an age gap.
Maybe 10 years, 15 years, maybe 8 years, 7 years.
It's true.
You know what I mean? So when people are taking it back, when I was 29 or 28 or something, people were like frowning upon like, the age gap's too big. But now,
it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter. Like,
I turn 30, you turn 40.
39, she's 29, and you don't... Or when I turn 50 and you turn 40, you don't really, like, think about it like that.
About eyelids,
Yeah, but at that time, people, like, had a lot to say.
People to mind their business. Anyway, back to Mummy's story. Yeah. So my mum took him to the kitchen and was like, do you have a red book? The red book, the passport, the English British passport, and so you were obviously a bit
Yeah, I can't believe it. I was shocked. And mum asked me, Oga, do you have a red passport? I'm like, what?
My mum has no filter.
Asked me whether I got a British passport or I want to use her daughter to get a British passport. Jeez. Your parents are funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But they're just looking out for their baby.
Yeah,
Because I am the baby of the family.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we got asked a question, and the question was, how would we feel if our daughter brought home a guy that was 10 years older than her? And I think for me, what I said to my husband is that I don't mind, but the only reason I would mind is because is if I feel like she's immature. Because even though I felt like at 18 I was really mature, I know some 18-year-olds that they couldn't have done half the things that I had to go. They couldn't have gone through half the things I went through at 18. Yeah, not even people my age. People between your age, they couldn't have even walked a minute in the things I had to experience at a young age. So if she's that kind of girl that's mature and they can level up in some sense, then why not? But if she's like 16, I don't even know, 16, maybe like 15 bringing home a 25-year-old, then really what are you talking about? Yeah, she's not even legal yet. But if she's 18 and a 28-year-old, it really just depends. It really just depends on her maturity, that I think, and also how the guy is, because some guys see a younger girl and think, I can mold her, she's easy, she can shut her mouth and all these kind of things.
I can assure you, I did not think that when we met.
Well, you know, I know I can't shut me anyway, so
assure
it
you.
doesn't matter if you told me before. I
can assure you.
What was I saying now? What now? Yeah, so it depends on her level of maturity, and also would have to assess the guy. And I'm really good at judging people's characters. So if he walks in and thinks he's a big man, he tells her what to do, she's scared. If you can tell when someone's a bit, hostile around a person, then that's not going to happen. That is not happening. But and obviously like I said, it's had a level of maturity. But I feel like kids nowadays are immature. It's just different.
Not all. Not all.
I think all kids now are spoiled and immature because their life revolves around social media and using devices. Like, I was playing Ting Tantoni and Not Down Ginger. Yeah, I didn't care to. I liked Top of the Pops and Blue Peter, but I wanted to play with my friends. Now, like, kids want to sit down. They can. If you leave my son, I tell you now, he can sit on that tablet or on the computer from morning till night time. That's all kids of this generation. Yeah,
that is true.
A lot of them, they don't know how to clean. They don't know how to cook. Well, so I'm not saying not all, but a majority
you
don't know
got
how
to make
cook,
that statement.
Don't know
all.
how to clean. Like, they can't do certain things that people are doing at 10, like going shop, looking after their younger siblings. Do you know what I mean?
So back to the question: will I allow my daughter, for example, say at the age of 19, to date someone at the age of 29? Cool, blimey.
Because at the end of the day,
I know.
We can't pick who.
Yeah, we really can't pick who she
to guide her and guide the guy too, because he's gonna need a lot of
Yeah,
guidance.
so I can't really answer that until it actually happens. Until, say, for example, I meet the guy, and then maybe as parents you might be a good judge of character, and you might be like, alright, cool, or what he's all about. Where he's at in his life, where she's at in her life.
I think the reason we worked, if I'm being really honest, is because you see my husband, he's not immature, but he's got like a childlike character. He likes to joke around and kind of stuff. And whereas, I'm not lying, am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
He just likes to joke around. So he's, yeah. But anyway, and I feel like I'm a grown ass woman. Yeah, and I've always been like this since I was young. So I feel like we just met each other. We aligned at the right levels. Do you know what I mean? Because if I couldn't have been with a guy 10 years older than me that was so, I can't even crack a smile, and you have him around your friends and he's too uptight. We wouldn't have worked because that's just rubbish. Whereas with you, like I said, we leveled up with our maturity level.
Yeah, I think I met you. Yeah, definitely.
You get what I'm saying?
And may I add, there are some guys my age that are immature, completely immature.
And that's not
completely immature. And there are vice versa. There are females.
I've got a lot of friends that are very mature.
They're very mature. So sometimes, like they say, age ain't a number, but nothing like a number or whatnot.
A number.
Nothing but
Age ain't nothing but a number.
But back to the topic. But yeah, so you might get some younger people that are very mature for their age, and you will get some that are immature for their age, and you will get slightly older people that are very immature, and you get a mature one. So it all depends like where the both of you sort of meet
at
at.
your time,
Definitely. So people out there.
My tip for you people out there: do not shy away from a younger girl. Obviously.
Well, hold on. That don't sound right. Do not shy away from
Not
a
like
younger
that.
girl.
I'm saying that some people meet a younger girl and she can be amazing, like a young woman. Let me not say girl, woman, and she could be an amazing person. But then because of her age, they're like, oh, she's too young. Too young for what? Like she's at a consensual age to.
That's what a lot of people see, like consensual age. She's too young for you, bro. But they thinking, you know what? It's just my own
Each
opinion.
their own, do you know
it's
what
just
I
my
mean?
own opinion. But I think the first thing they thinking is sex. I may be wrong, but it's just my opinion. Like when people think, he's older than her. You know
Obviously,
what I mean?
when you're older, like obviously you've had a bit more life experience than I have. But because I was in a hurry to be older, I've kind of my life experiences have kind of matched up to your life experience. Even though you've probably seen a bit more because you've been around for longer. But I mean, our life experiences have kind of leveled up. Do you get what I mean?
Definitely.
Whereas if you meet a woman that hasn't really experienced things, and a guy that's been living by himself and doing, paying his own bills and all these kind of things, and she's just been released to have her life, they're not on the same wavelength. Where you met me, I was living by myself already. Do you get what I'm saying? I already had to be a woman sort of thing. So you kind of met me as a woman, even though my age didn't match womanhood. If that makes sense.
Of course.
So,
and one of the things is, me as a person, I'm not one of these guys that were controlling, like, because she was younger than me, I could tell her what to do, or I'm not that type of person. So I just allowed you.
My ears are blocked, so.
You know what I mean? So I just allowed things to just flow naturally, and and I just through the years I just saw what you was all about, and I think that's what just kept us together, like. Yeah. Definitely, even though we've had ups and downs, but so
life, innit?
Definitely. So
people lie to you and say.
So people out there, if you meet someone, whether it's a male or female, and you're like a different age gap, you know what I mean? If you're
get to know them,
because you might
don't let the age shadow your vision. Do you know what I mean? Get to know them. And
because age do shadow.
Don't have a biased mind. Do you know what I mean? Just take the age out of your head and get to know them as an individual. Because when you get them to know them as an individual, and if you like them, then let it continue. But if you don't like them, at least you not liking them is the reason why it didn't carry on, not because of their age. Unless they just really like you're 40 and she's like 10. And okay, I should say that. God forbid. Forgive me, I should have said something stupid like that. But do you know what I mean? It's like a ridiculous age gap. But we're just 10 years.
Yeah, because I have friends that their wife, they're like 8 years older than their wife, and maybe 6 years older or 7 years older, and so guys, like my wife said, don't let it put you off. Get to know that person. It depends where they are in their life. Depends again what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
But sometimes what you want and what you need isn't always the thing, because you said you would never go with a younger guy, but a younger girl before you got
younger guy.
That's not your portion.
I don't know. I don't discriminate.
Yeah, but I thought I was gonna say that.
You just said that.
What was I gonna say? I forgot.
Well, that I went out with a younger guy.
No, you didn't. But
yeah.
I thought I was going to talk about. I can't remember. But, yeah.
But no, on the roads, guys, just don't let age
cloud your judgment.
You know what I mean? Just give people a chance. Obviously, I gave Joe a chance and it paid off. Before that, it was a complete battle. For me personally, it was just... I was just like what you were saying, just remind me, was I always said, I'll never get with a young girl. In the past, I've told people, what? Never. Bro, she's too young for you.
Yeah.
Then I found myself in that situation.
So don't be so quick to say never.
It tormented me so badly. It tormented me.
Because really and truly, you could have married an old woman your age and...
It wouldn't have worked out.
You could have worked out. Yeah. What's age got to do with it?
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Obviously... I had to learn certain things and you have to. You always learn, regardless of what age you are.
Yeah, exactly. You always learn.
What I mean? You're always going to have to learn. Yeah. So I had to learn certain things. I had to learn
I think the most important thing is people's because they have this tick list, and when
And
we
that
first
tick
start,
list needs to go in the bin. Yeah, you've got me started now, babes. Anyone with a tick list, yeah, allow your tick list to enter the bin. Let me tell you why, yeah, because it means nothing.
she don't start to.
Only God knows who you're supposed to be, who you need, not who you want. Yeah, because really, truly, I wanted before I got with him, my ideal guy was obviously I wanted him to be have faith. I wanted him to be a family man and love his family, because if you don't love your family, what makes you think you're gonna love me? Do you know what I mean? But everything else can be, because when I first met him, he was working in T-Mobile, and from where he was then to where he is now, it has risen. So they say you need a good woman behind you guys, because you've got a bad woman should keep you in the same place. You have to help them rise, and vice versa. But anyway, if you continue to have this tick list, yeah, who's to say that the people on your list is even looking at you? Do you get what I'm saying? 1, 2, who's to say that that's what you need in your life? Like, I needed someone that was calmer than me, that was a bit more jokey than I am, because sometimes I take life a bit too seriously. Do you know what I mean? I needed that, whereas that was not what was on my tick list. What was on my tick list was, to match, he was mullered and all these kind of things. Do you know what I mean? Not the bad way. But do you know what I mean?
When he met me, I wasn't mullered.
Well, so not in a bad way.
Whoa,
okay. I feel like
okay.
everyone has these expectations. 1, they can't bring it to the table themselves. 2, that's not, like I said, that's not what you need in your life. That's not what God has planned for you. Do you know what I mean? And you don't know where you're going to be, yeah? You don't know what this guy is going to bring to the table, what this female is going to bring to the table. Yeah, obviously there's certain things, that good attributes that you need to have. But
of course.
all these extra materialistic things need to go in the bin.
Yeah.
Because like when I met him, for those that don't know, I hated his dress sense with passion. Absolute
Look
passion.
at my shit,
I
guys.
hated it, yeah?
I know.
And those things are materialistic. Like, this shirt can go in the bin right now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not saying this shirt, but it can go in the bin. Things can go in the bin. Whereas your character, your faith, and whatever does not go in the bin. Yeah? So, anything, like, if he's got a house, if he's lived with his mum, or this, those things can be changed, So, yeah.
Definitely.
I just went off course, but I just
you
need to
did.
get
You
off.
went on rambling, like.
Sorry.
You had to get it off your chest.
I know.
So
it annoys me.
Guys, we just want to say, look, we have a 10-year, as we said, we have a 10 years age gap. Look at where we are now, 10 years later. I have a beautiful family.
And don't let people's, judgment stop you from being happy in a relationship. Because I even had people say to me, oh, he's old, or whatever. Who cares? Because at the end of the day, they're in their relationship happy or they're miserable. Yeah?
Definitely.
And that's not my portion.
Definitely.
It's not happening. Because right now you're not in my house with me. It's me and my husband filming. Our kids are in the back.
Do you know what? And a lot of it also boils down to prayer. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, we pray.
We believe in prayer.
So we believe in prayer. So,
even though we're different faiths, I'm Christian, my husband's Muslim. Yeah. We're going to touch on that in another video.
That's another topic. That's a
whole
different dimension.
Like, how does that work? How do you raise your kids?
Yeah, but do you know? I think we need to
we're
thank God.
Both, what's the word? I wouldn't say religious, but we both follow our faith to the core. So, and it still works.
My wife, we just need to thank God 10 years later we're here. Because, just one final thing, some people are the same age, or they might be like 2-3 years later or whatnot.
And they don't work.
And after a year or two,
they've got nothing in common.
They've got nothing in common. They just go their separate ways, and it's just a way, I wouldn't say a waste of relationship. You know what I mean? So,
well, you learn. We can learn.
You know what I mean? You can obviously, but yeah, don't let age be a barrier. But at the same time, know what you want. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And pray for what you need. And guys, we have our special guest back again today.
Hey, Zach. Special guest in the house once again.
He's back today. He's got his sidekick with him, and that is his bottle.
Yeah.
Is he going to come make a feature?
Nah, he doesn't want to make a feature.
No, guys, but please like, subscribe, spread the word. Your bogey face.